I'm going to share a quick hack with you, which is going to change the way you view your negative situations in life. And you will see that it's merely that you are seeing it through the perspective of you. You are merely seeing it through the perspective of your ego. And based on what is right and wrong in the past, right? Because all that is led up to this moment is cause and effect. All the moments that happened in the past, which you regret, and all the moments that you did, which you are proud of, right? And all of those moments had a cause and an effect. And that is now led you to where you are right now. And so breaking the barrier of whatever you're going through or whatever stuff that is happening, which you don't like, right? Because a lot of us, you got to realize, are unconscious. I'm not saying we are, because we are watching this video. I am watching, you are watching this video. We are not unconscious, right? There's a lot of people that are unconscious around the globe and they don't realize that. And what I mean by unconscious, basically, unconscious, I don't mean they're just like dead or something like that. But what I mean by unconscious is that they are not not aware. They are not aware of the things that they are doing. They are not aware of the things, the habits that they are doing, which are affecting what type of person they are, the type of actions they take on a daily basis. And so what you've mainly got to understand from this is most people look at this and say, well, me spending time on my phone watching TikTok or watching YouTube shorts or watching videos on YouTube or Netflix isn't too bad, is it? But since we have this current awareness of the activity that we're doing, we are conscious of the activity we are doing. By looking at the title, you can see the way to see that you're doing a bad action is not to change the action in the first place, is to merely observe the action that is taking place. Because the way you can change, right? I'm going to show you something else which is really crazy. Apologies for my voice, by the way, because I'm kind of ill and it's like kind of late at night as well. So what you've got to realize is, in order to change your current behaviors, right? Let's say these are your current behaviors. And they are, let's say, in your ego, like judgmental perspective, these habits are like bad. You label them as, man, these habits that you're doing right now, or these actions you're taking in your current perception is bad, right? And so the way is not to do anything to the bad, right? If you view this as bad, then look at what feelings arise in your body, because you need to realize that a lot of things, emotional stuff, doesn't really involve the head too much. It's more inside the feelingness of how you feel, right? And to process these feelings is to merely observe those feelings, right? To look at the thoughts and to look at what feelings are behind the thoughts, right? Because the thoughts are just signals that there's a feeling behind the thought. And to dissipate the feeling and to let go of the feeling, one must merely observe that feeling and allow it to exist and perceive it and let it be fully without resisting it in a way, right? The way you can use this practically in your life is, instead of seeing the current behaviors which are bad, I'm not saying they are good, right? They are bad. Scrolling on your phone for too long, it is bad. It's kind of detrimental to your health. Sleeping less is bad. It's detrimental for your health, right? Eating food that you're not supposed to is bad, because you're killing your health in a way. You're not supposed to do those things. So instead of viewing that as bad, when you are in the moment, right? Let me tell you something else. When you are in the moment of doing a bad thing, right? Let's say this is a bad action that you are taking, right? What you must merely do, instead of looking at this bad thing and being all judgmental in your head, just observe that bad thing happen. Observe you doing something wrong. That is the way to change. The way to change is not to go about seeing that, why am I doing this, why am I doing that, all that sort of stuff. The way to change is merely to look at you doing that thing and to have this openness and this feelingness, not resisting how you're feeling, to just take it in. Because what happens when we have a bad feeling, right? What you've got to realize is, when we've got something that we dislike, let's say it's just a feeling that we dislike, we tend to go towards the first thing that we see, and that is to suppress those emotions by using distractions. This is something which I do as well on a daily basis, or I'm aware of it now. That's why I'm speaking about it. I used to do this quite a lot, and I still do sometimes, I'm going to be honest. When I'm feeling a strong emotion, when I'm looking at a thought which I don't really like, I open my phone and I scroll on it for hours, ignoring how I'm feeling. And so when it comes to that, you've just got to realize that there's distractions put in place that tend to hide that feeling. And when we think of, but feeling the feeling would be painful and that would make the feeling amplify even more, that is not the case. Because when you put your attention on the feeling, you realize that it's not that serious at all. You realize that it's all a game, and it's not even, it's all a game. You just look at it in a funny perspective, honestly. The way I deal with times like this, right, where the way I deal with when something bad is going on is to merely look at the humor behind it, is to not take it so seriously that I'm like, man, what's going on and stuff like that. I just take it in a way that makes me laugh in a way, right? Because even if times are tough, I know there's gonna be tough times, but I laugh through them. I'm gonna be honest to you. To summarize this video for you real quick, all I wanted to say was to summarize it in just like one diagram for you. Whatever bad thing that is happening, or whatever bad activity that you think you are doing, let's say it's not exercising enough, or listening to music too much, or not getting enough sleep, hanging around negative people, you being the negative person yourself, right? Don't try to change the thing right away. Rather, the way you change things is by accepting that they are there in the first place, and then doing the actions necessary to change the behaviors and the patterns that you see in your reality. So whenever a bad thing happens, simply observe that thing happen, or simply observe it, because there's going to be a space between what happens and what your thoughts about that, right? There's going to be like a space. This is like what you think, and this is like the activity that's going on. You're going to think there's going to be a time of, why am I doing this, right? There's going to be a, why is this going on stuff. So that is your chance to break free from this activity that you're doing, and so you get this chance of break. And the more you practice observing those activities, the more you will see this spot just kind of expanding in a way. It will just kind of extend, and you will have way more space in seeing that you've got more control when the activity has control on you. So with that being said, that concludes the video. If you like this video, be sure to drop a like or drop a comment. I really appreciate everything that you guys put in the comments and stuff like that. And thank you for watching. If you want to work with me, there's going to be a link in the description. So if you're an entrepreneur, or if you just want to create a reality where you actually want to be joyful and blissful, you might want to check out that link. It's going to be like a call with me, and we're going to discuss on how we can help you on your journey, on your path. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the